this when done will produce about £6,000 a month. You know, I genuinely feel for buy-to-let landlords, when something goes wrong, quite often they probably don't have the money to fix it because they don't make the money to fix it. They go, you know, that house isn't fit for 7 people. They squeezed me for the extra 500, so. Also the demand's just ridiculously high. Then GDV, we're looking at about 675-ish. That's risk as well. So you got to buy-to-let, someone stops paying, you know, you're screwed.
So today we're in Bognor Regis with Joel Walker at his 3rd project. This one is a derelict property, very dirty, very nasty, but it's going to have the rip out starting very soon. Joel's going to be converting it into a 7-bed HMO. Let's go have a chat with him. How's it going, mate? Welcome back.
Yeah.
Another video.
So yeah, we're at 3rd project of the day, which is Bognor Regis. Currently was a interesting 5-bed house. I think from what I've been told, it's had squatters in it for sort of the last 5 years.
They walk down and they said to me, give us all your money and fuck.
The neighbouring property's got squatters in, the one to the side's abandoned, so it's quite a bad sort of free run of houses. So yeah, we purchased it and just submitted planning for a 7-bed all-en-suite or a 7-bed 8-bath HMO. Again, with a 6-metre prior approval rear extension. So we've got like 24 metre square kitchen diner, and then we've got like an additional snug in this one, so it's going to be like a cinema room sort of layout. But yeah, as you can see, we're in the first bedroom, and yeah.
Conditions looking quite nice.
Yeah, ready to move into, I reckon. Yeah, a bit of a mess. So again, it will be a full back to brick, about 170 we're spending on the refurb on this. So yeah, it'll be nice when it's finished. But.
And area-wise then, obviously, I know you've had a few squatters. The properties you said aren't looking too nice. What's the area like there? Because obviously I know you sort of want to buy the worst house and nicest streets. Is this like a nice area or? Yeah,
so this is probably one of the worst streets that I bought. And I mean, intrinsically it's not a bad street, but you've got that house next door, which looks lives in, but never once seen the neighbours, knocked on the door for various things, never been able to get hold of them, so not quite sure if they live there. And then the one to the other side isn't actually in that bad condition, but was sold, overseas investor or an investor that's not really involved, sale took ages, then fell through. In the meantime, we had squatters come in, so that got boarded up. So yeah, this is definitely the worst house on the road. But it's a great location. I mean, that end of the road, you've got the train station, so you've got Bognor train station. We're literally 1 road from town, so you're in the town centre in 5-minute walk, you're at the train station, 5-minute walk, and the other side of this road, you're on the beach. So 3 minutes that way is the beach, 5 minutes that way is the train and town centre. So as far as locations go for HMOs, it is a great area.
Yeah, should we take us around the rest of it then? Have a look, see what there is to be done, and then if you can put us through like what you're doing for the property.
Yeah, so that will be bed 1, bed ensuite. This will be bedroom 2. The ensuite will be taken out of there, so we'll do 2 ensuites back to back in that room.
What happened with the doors?
Well, you got a bit angry and and decided to hit them, so you got to fix it in a minute. But hit it!
So I'll tidy it up.
Tidy the mess up. Nah, just messing around. So yeah, we're about to start the rip out. So yeah, this is how it came. Obviously, you just knocked that down, but that's how I damaged it. But that's how it was found. If you come through, basically from where I'm stood now, will be the start of the kitchen. All of this will come out, so we'll have a goalpost still coming here to take this wall out. Again, this wall will come out, and then we're going 6 metres from here. So we're going 6 metres from there into the garden on a rear extension. You'll have side bifolds on this one. Normally I'd put a skylight in, but because there's actually, you know, it's a double story, the first floor comes back larger than normal, we can't put a skylight in, so it's just trying to create as much light as possible. So bifolds on the side, that sort of thing. Okay,
so with your projects, obviously I see a running trend here, which is the kitchen. You want a massive kitchen, large communal area, and you're like 6 meters out. Why is that? Like, what's the aim of it?
Well, yeah, for Portsmouth, as I said, you need 22.5 metre square kitchen diner, so it is a big space. Bognor is smaller, but my thought process when I go anywhere but Portsmouth is Portsmouth has some of the highest standards. So if I meet them standards, I massively meet Bognor standards. You know, when you got
what does it do for the property itself though? Obviously there's the standards, the measurements you need to hit, but like for the property maybe it adds value or...
Yeah, definitely value add. You know, a lot of people, especially on the comments, they go, you know, that house isn't fit for 7 people. Like, yeah, now, if this was the kitchen, it wouldn't be, but the one we saw earlier has got 35 metres squared of communal area. You know, that's massive. You know, I could have 4 fridges, 5 cupboards per tenant, 4 ovens. You know, so when you create a space big enough, then it is. So we're here going to have 24.5 metres squared, just kitchen dining, and then we're going to have a snug cinema room on the back as well.
Okay.
So we didn't do our standard kitchen dining living. We actually split the living up on this one. But yeah, it's a bit of a beast. If you come through, this one's already 3 stories. So standardly, we do a dormer conversion as you saw earlier. This already has one. Whoever did it was questionable, so it needs to come down and we'll rebuild it on its current footprint because it's leaking. But yeah, you've got massive room here. So if we wanted to, we could do this room for couples. I think this is like 18 metres squared, this room, so big room. You'll have an ensuite in the corner here. So again, an ensuite room.
Would you have to relocate the boiler or can the boiler stay there?
Yeah, the boiler will go down to the cupboard, so down into the kitchen. Not quite sure if we're doing a heat pump on this one or not. We're doing solar on this, but I don't know if we're going to do an air source or a system boiler. But that will move. You've got a toilet in there.
Mouldy toilet.
Yeah. You've got, this will be another bedroom. The floor's a bit questionable, so be careful where you stand.
You've got a kitchen in this one.
Yeah, just watch where you stand. It's a bit wobbly. Yeah, this is like a kitchen style, but that'll be another bedroom with an ensuite on the end. Then you've got another bedroom. Obviously, all the chimney breasts will come out. This will be another ensuite, so this will be your ensuite for this room. But yeah, so good sized room, this one.
And with this one, do you know already what the refub's going to cost, or are you still going to get quoted?
Refurb, we're looking about the 170 mark, so slightly lower than we, you know, sometimes do 200 grand bill work, but obviously this already had a loft. We're not dropping the floors, we don't need to. So yeah, looking about 170 with projected room rents at about 8 to 850. You know, there's no supply of high quality HMOs in Bognor, so big demand. We've let a few stuff here and massive demand, but it's just no one building that top end stuff, which I like. Less competition. Then you've got what was obviously a family bathroom. Now that will be an off suite for one of the bedrooms upstairs.
Okay. So
7 beds, 7 beds, 8 bathrooms technically, but one of the rooms has an off suite, so you'll see it up here. Obviously they'll pay a slightly reduced rent. It'll be their own private bathroom. But
just because of the fact they have to travel to the bathroom.
Yeah, they just got to walk down the stairs. So it's this room here, which will be squared off here. This will all come out.
Okay.
So it's still a 10 metre squared bedroom, but it just wasn't big enough to put an ensuite on. So you'll have this room as an off suite. So let's say you pay 800 for an ensuite. You might pay 725 for an off suite room, and then again, this room will be an ensuite room as well.
Yeah, and obviously we've shot with you a couple of times now, a bit of content.
Yeah.
Why is it you go for the HMOs? Such a great guy. Why is it you go for the HMOs? Because obviously you can do standard flips, you can do family homes. Why is it you predominantly choose a HMO?
It's horses for courses, you know. People like what they like. Flips, for me, the tax is just killer. You know, you make a bit of money and capital gains and all that just kills it. Buy-to-lets just don't give the return you need with mortgage rates, whereas HMOs give you, you know, passive, well, not passive, but stronger income. And yeah, just less risk as well. So you got buy-to-let, someone stops paying, you know, you're screwed. You got an 8-bed HMO and one person stops paying, you're still in profit, you know?
Yeah.
2 people stop paying, you're still in profit. 3 people stop paying, you're still in profit.
But obviously just pushing the margin a bit lower.
Yeah.
Obviously you have time to get another tenant in there, ready to fill it back up again.
Also the demand's just ridiculously high. You know, buy-to-lets now, there's people making like £200 a month on them. It's like if your boiler goes wrong,
you just lost a year's worth of profit.
Yeah. People say, oh, landlords don't look after their properties. you know, I genuinely feel for buy-to-let landlords, when something goes wrong, quite often they probably don't have the money to fix it because they don't make the money to fix it. Whereas if you've got a HMO that's making strong money, you can look after it, you can look after your tenants, and everyone's happy really. And there's just such a vast need for HMO rooms. So.
And what's like the plan for you? Are you still looking like, are you acquiring more HMOs? Are you?
Yeah, got a few more in the pipeline. As you saw earlier, did a social housing hotel. But yeah, just keep buying HMOs. So grow steadily. That's the plan. So out here we're doing a 6 metre prior approval extension, like I touched on. So prior approval, slightly different to permitted development. Permitted development, you can do 3 metre off any original rear wall without planning. Prior approval is more like a sort of, not relaxed, but an easier planning process. It's a lot cheaper to do than full planning drawings. It just means as long as this house and this house didn't object within 21 days, which they didn't, then we get up to 6 metres, whatever we choose. So we went for a full 6 metre on this one.
Okay, and how far out would that be looking? 6 metres?
6 metres roughly is where we stood.
Is it?
So yeah, but
it goes all that way through as well. It's a massive communal area. And then what's happening on the second story?
That second story conservatory thing will be removed.
Okay.
And yeah, bricked up off that, and that'll be added into the room. So
you said there was going to be another bedroom on the back, didn't you?
It's going to be a living room / cinema room on the back. So yeah, you got a kitchen that comes through to like a snug area, and you got a separate toilet. I was just going to put a toilet in there, but we designed it again with a shower and a basin, just purely because if you have any leaks or any faults with any of your showers, then there's a spare for the tenant to use.
Yeah, it's a convenience, isn't it? And obviously working off worst case every single time. Yeah,
well, if you're going to put a toilet in there, you know, the difference to put a toilet and to put a shower and a vanity is not that much. Yeah, the neighbour's house needs something happening to it because it's in a bad way. So.
And this back end here, obviously you've got to de-weed everything.
Yeah, the garden's slightly bigger than it looks. So yeah, this shed will come out, and then obviously when we get the mini digger in to dig the foundations for the extension, they can just rip all these weeds out, and we can actually see what we're working with. But
you said it was a back entrance as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's rear access. You can't see it, but yeah, there is rear access. So from a fire perspective, they always like to see rear access. Also, it means if you cycle, then you're not dragging your bikes through the house. So
yeah, keeps it clean as well.
Do like to buy a house with rear access. Yeah, I mean, touching on the numbers on this one. What?
Slap at the rear access. If we are touching on the numbers on this one, what are the numbers looking like? Obviously, purchase price, refurb, and
so we paid 237 for this. So absolute bargain. It was originally an off-market deal that then did go to market. It was off-market, brought to me. I presented my offer. Vendors were back and forth. Then they decided to go on the market. Then they obviously had some offers on the market which were higher, but being cash and a quick remove, they went with us. So we wrapped it up nice and fast. So yeah, paid 237,500. They squeezed me for the extra 500. So build cost on this is sort of about the 170 mark. Obviously you got stamp, financing fees. So I own this personally on a bridge, so there's no investors on this. So the bridge is obviously interest to pay on that. And then GDV we're looking at about 675-ish. So it'll be an all money out and some deal, which is rare to see. A lot of people speak about them, but they are
unicorn deals.
Yeah,
come around every so often.
Everything we do is mainly all money out, but yeah, to all money out and then be given money for the pleasure is more rare. So, but yeah, if anyone out there is looking to invest, then always looking for JV partners and private finance. So
because you're trying to work on the property next door as well.
I've been offered the neighbouring property. So yeah, my money's obviously in this deal and other deals, but yeah, if an investor, I put it together, and an investor wants to lend or JV on that, then yeah, we could do it pretty quickly. So
okay, so how could the said investor maybe get in touch with you? Because obviously, big one on social media. Where can they find you?
Yeah, so I'm not much of a social media person. I don't post like I should, as you boys keep telling me. But yeah, obviously my Instagram is there. I also own a company called Hive Management, so we manage HMOs, block flats, buy-to-lets. So we do that for clients. The majority of my time is obviously spent on the development side of the business. But I'll also give the guys our company number if you want to call. But yeah, we do things a few ways with investors. We either do a straight money loan, so sort of 10% a year, or we can do JVs. I think a lot of people get wrapped up in JVs too much. You know, if the product is as good as you say it is, then, you know, I always think you should take all the risk and all the rewards, so borrow the money privately. But a lot of investors want, you know, they want a longer term goal, and obviously a money loan is 4, 5, 6 months, whereas a JV is a longer period of time. And JVs work quite good on the commercial, the resi stuff as well.
There's a lot of value coming from these properties as well.
Yeah, so this when done will produce about £6,000 a month.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So yeah, it's strong money. And strong demand, massive demand. So
thank you guys so much for watching the video. Yet again, another top quality video with tons of value. Now, to keep up with Joel, make sure you drop him a follow on all his social media platforms, and to get involved with him, drop him a message, see what projects he's got on the go, and he'll be able to help you out. Now, we source properties nationwide, so if you're looking to get involved with that as well, click the link in our bio, join the WhatsApp community to get notifications straight to your phone. Job's a good one.